Hey everybody, welcome back to another Fashion Friday. This is Fashion Friday 16 now, so sweet 16. Hope you guys are having a great week. It's been a pretty fun week at Destiny. Been doing a lot of nightfalls. Actually jumped into a 12-man master nightfall the other day, and that was pretty wild. Had a good time. Recorded a little bit. Let me know if you guys want to see any highlights of that. But today we're doing the Warlock seasonal ornaments. This is the Legatus set. You can let me know if I pronounced that wrong. I probably did. I really like these. The Warlocks in particular, I think, are a little better. They have a more design and a better flow to them. I think they fit into other pieces a little easier than the seasonal armor. Just the legendary versions. Let me know what you guys think of that. But I want to say thank you real quick for the support on the last video. I know the sets for sweats is always pretty popular, or at least it has been the 2 times I've done it, I should say. But yeah, it's been really well received already. Last time I checked, we already hit 1,000 views on it. So thank you very much if you left a like and commented. I also want to say thank you for 300 subscribers. Hit that really fast. I'm really happy to be in this fashion community as well as the PvP community. If you could leave a like on this video as well, it seemed to have helped a lot on the sets for sweats, and I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel get a lot more views and lets me grow a little faster. Also, make sure to join the Discord. It's growing a little bit already. We've had a moderator installed that's greatly helped me set up the system so it's much cleaner and usable. You are looking to talk about fashion or get your sets shown off in future videos. So let's get into the sets, shall we? This first set is using the chest piece of the Legatus set. It's a really cool chest piece. I know people meme on it for the balls on the shoulder, but I think they add a really cool dimension to the set. Can be a little hard to match without using the helmet as well, but I actually saw this idea on our Destiny Fashion. It was a long time ago when these ornaments first got, I wouldn't be able to find it probably, but it's using the Dawn Chorus helmet. Sides of that helmet, you have pretty spherical ornaments as well. It kind of adds interesting like 4 eyes look to it, in my opinion. Almost like a creature of prey that has, evolved into having some kind of, eyes on the back of its head or something. Really cool look, in my opinion. The Horizon Blush shader gives the body of the cloak such a nice red. I really wanted to use it. I will say though, it can be a little difficult on any like hard surfaced pieces, because you can see that like almost like blush coppery metal that it gives the shoulder balls there, and that could be really hard to match. But I actually found Buffer Overflow has a very similar metal color. It's just a pro tip for you if you're struggling with that like I did. It took me a little while to find this, but I really like how similar those metals are. And I will say the Horizon Blush shader on the Dawn Chorus looks really cool. Gives it that like dark black. You can kind of see the leathery texture on the chest there, but it has like outlines of that bright red on any of the like grooves of the helmet. Really cool work there on it. Highly recommend. But you know me, I like to mix up the shaders as much as I can for you guys. Try to take fashion to a little bit of a higher tier, since you're coming to a YouTube video. I didn't want to just cobble something together. We're pairing that with the Siegebreaker gloves. Got the gunmetal marigold. You guys know how much I love this. I think the red matches pretty well. It's a little lighter, but I think it does good. Adds a nice navy element as well. Nice and extra little pop of color. And I love the white light on the like forearm, I guess, of these as well. So playing off that a little bit, I wanted to rock these legs. They have a nice bulkiness to them that can handle that chest piece's like mega bulkiness. And they also give you that nice little white striation in the inner thigh, kind of poking out, white glow. Kind of match that. I'm using the Regal Medallion on these legs. You can let me know what you think of this shader. I thought it had an interesting metal color, and I wanted something lighter to kind of cap out the bottom of the set. give a little more contrast to this real dark and moody set. But you know, you could shader that into much darker elements very easily and make it a little more seamless, I guess. Something I also would change if you like. I got the Bond over here in the New Age Black Armory shader. Gives it a nice glowy red that I think matches the top of the set pretty well. There's other white glowing elements, so if you would want that to be in white, you could easily do that as well. But I like the black band and kind of the coolness of the red glow on that Bond. Really nice set. Like I said, I think these robes fit really well into that helmet, and you know, if you're rocking that helmet, I highly recommend trying these robes out. For the second set, we're cooling things off, doing pretty much the exact opposite here. Rocking the new exotic chest piece, Mantle of Battle Harmony. This exotic is kind of underwhelming, but I really do like the aesthetic. Really big, bulky, like futuristic fighter look. Love that like arcing glow band above the shoulder there. It gives a nice bulk and height to the chest, which I think complements this super tall helmet pretty well. If you didn't notice, we're obviously rocking the Legatus helm here and putting it into a blue look. Got a lot of different shaders working here, giving slightly different blues, but keeping it mostly black base. Got some pops of white, a little touch of like light green and some brown as well. Add some more color to it. For the chest piece, I actually have the Laguna Cruiser shader, and if this is not the first time you've ever seen someone use this shader, I mean, I'll be surprised. Wacky set of colors on it, really, but I think this chest piece helps tame it out a little bit. Most of the hard surfaces are just using that black that's in it, and the soft surfaces are really picking up a lot of the nice colors and keeping it pretty mild. Actually, you know, surprised me how good this looks. It's kind of the main reason I went with it, where I started the set, coloring wise. So I wanted to keep that blue theme and the you know, dark metal theme going up into the helmet, and landed on the Eventide Cheer shader. That's a Dawning shader from this last time. If you didn't get it, it'll probably come back around Christmas this year. Pretty cool shader. Gives a lot of this nice dark gray, almost black metal. The really nice blue, really dark shader. You know, I don't think you would guess that from the like logo of it, but you know, shaders can lie. I think we all know that in the fashion community. Moving on to the legs, I was actually kind of leaning towards more of a white base, but I stumbled on the Sato tribe shader and just really like that deep blue metal and the you know, black upper thigh. So that fit in really well here, so I kind of just went full send on the black and blue kind of look. I figured the chest with the Laguna Cruiser kind of added in some other colors well enough that I would not disappoint our rainbow fans in the crowd. You know me, I guess, because I know most of you still like to do solid shaders. I'm here to change that though. And then finally I went with the phenotype gloves. I guess not finally, the Bond is the Chrysocrene, but I have no shader on it, if you're wondering. The gloves got the Biolume shader. I love the texture this gives the black hard surface here. I honestly find myself just wanting to fit this into sets. I don't know if the blue there matches perfectly actually, and you probably could find a better shader, but just that texture really sold me on this shader for this piece. I think it helps break up the arms from the rest of the set a little bit, while also keeping that really dark profile. Let me know what you guys think of this one. It's very blue. I mean, it's not like full blue, like definitely could be bluer, but it's a lot of blue. There's some subtle contrast, but I like it. I think it looks good. And still 5 shaders. So, you know, we got some diversity in the blue at least. Let's move over to the next set. This is probably my favorite of the sets I've put together for you today. Really nice and sleek, clean, still colorful. Rocking the Great Hunt head, and it's actually Testudo. I didn't realize you could get deep into the Testudo and get this really nice, like pinkish, orangish, maybe salmon would be a good name for it. I really liked it though, and I loved the gold and kind of black. It's like dark gray, I guess, accents on the front of the helm. So I started playing around this I went with the Dido chest piece here from the Prophecy Dungeon, if you didn't know. Definitely worth grinding that out just for the Warlock armor, if nothing else. Titan armor is great as well, actually. You know, the Hunter is too. I would just recommend doing that 3 times a week. Once on each character if you don't have the full sets yet. Rocking Silver Tactical on this. This is a super underrated shader in my opinion. I don't know if just like a lot of people don't have it because it is that Warmind Rasputin season that seems like a lot of people skip. See a lot of people complaining about the Charge with Light mods not coming around, so maybe it's just lack of having it. But it gives us such a nice green, this really nice pop of orange to contrast, and a lot of white too. You get a lot of color out of just this one shader, and I think it matches that Testudo orange really well. I was really happy with this. So for the arms, we are using the Legatus arms. I really like these arms. They're not too much different from the base legendary armor, but they do have this cool ring around the wrists that shades pretty well. I will say I think these shade and the legs shade a little better than the base legendary armor for the Warlock, so I did appreciate that when making sets. Overall though, they're very similar to the legendary counterparts, so it's kind of hard to make new sets and kind of do a new idea with them. I didn't want to do like the same thing even though they look pretty much the same. But I'm rocking Chalco's FINEry. This is a shader I've been using a lot lately. Hopefully you guys are not getting tired of it because I really enjoy it. Nice mix of colors. It actually fits in really well with the Silver Tactical, and definitely would group that into like a shader family. Speaking of shader families, it's like an idea I've been kind of thinking about in the back of my head. I might start like aggregating the groups of shaders that I think really match. You know, sometimes I use some that are like slightly different, and I probably wouldn't include that. But some of these shaders like use the exact same shade of green or same shade of orange here. And I don't know, I think it'd be useful for me and personally, but if you guys would be interested in starting to form that kind of grouping of shaders, let me know. I might start working on that in my spare time. We're also rocking the Legatus Bonds. I have this pretty much unshaded, so that is pretty much the Testudo shader on it as base, if you didn't know. So kind of the two of the same shaders pretty much in this set. But I didn't really find one that I loved that much, and I really liked the compliments to the helmet. Brings that gold in brings that gold in again, and I think helps kind of solidifies it in the set, but also has little trims of the orange, so it really pulls it all together. And then finally we got the legs. These are the Blood Lineage Halloween boots from the like vampire set from this Halloween. It'll probably be back next Halloween if you missed it, but I don't think this matters. These boots like are specifically needed. There's a few other that are pretty casual booty looks that I think you could swap in here pretty easily. And I actually have the Crucible Vermilion shader on. I think the actual pants on these is a little more red than the rest of the set, but I couldn't find a perfect orange again to match the other elements, and I really liked the white boot in this shader, so I kind of just went with it. If you find a better shader, it gives you an orange upper thigh. I think that would look slightly better, but I really like how this whole set turned out. Some nice shades of orange, nice white and black, beautiful green here in the middle, and I don't know, I really like the silhouette. Let me know what you think. It's probably my favorite of the video. And final set from me, we got the Halloween robes from a little while back. These are called the Liminal Voyager robes. I kind of started here, and I just want to say this thing shaders super well. I think that was kind of the hardest part of the set, is just like deciding on what shader, because they all look so good. I was kind of hoping to do more of a yellow base set. I feel like that's a color I don't work into my sets very often, but I had a lot of trouble getting a yellow that I liked and getting other shaders that match that yellow. There's a lot of shaders in this game that have yellow elements, but I feel like none of them really match each other. Like they're all different shades. Like there's bright yellows all the way down to like dirty dark yellows, and but not really any that like perfectly match. So kind of abandoned that and went into this orange look a little bit. I've got the dark fluorescence on the cloak here. I think it looks really good. I love that blue sectioning off the legs and the head. You can see there, I kind of matched the head blue with that blue. It's going to be the aniline shock shader on the Exodus down hood. This hood is sunset right now, but if you've gotten it before, you'll be able to use it next season if you like it here a lot. I think you've watched a few of my vids, you'll definitely notice when a chest piece gives me that like different colored neckline near the top there. I really like to just let the helmet kind of sit in that same color usually. I think you'd easily do a orange helmet or maybe that like dark green or grayish color as well, but I just like the continuity, that collar into the head usually. For the arms, I'm using those new celestial arms. I don't think these are integral, but I kind of liked the like little bit of armor added to this very like simple monk look otherwise. That's kind of like a battle monk feel, which I think is a really cool idea. Got the Desert of Gold shader on that, and I think that orange matches really well the dark fluorescent. Definitely would consider those in the same family. I have that shader as well on the bonds, and that's a overlapping shader because that orange obviously is going to match again, but it also made that Dido glow yellow like the middle triangle of the chest piece. And that was just so perfect. I had to, line those up. And then finally, the Legatus legs, definitely kind of a sleeper part of this. The Warlock legs can be easily covered up, and this chest piece is definitely one that covers most of the leg. A lot of detail in the spots you can see though. And I've got the Always North shader on. There's not really too much orange in this logo, more of like a red and a yellowy, but it does come out with a nice orange, kind of like a dirty orange, and gives the boot pretty similar dark gray to the robe in my opinion. So that's why I went with that. This one I can feel maybe not be for everyone. Really muted colors, really calm, but I really like the like aesthetic of Battle Monk. Like I said, just something a little different. I think with transmog coming up, more of this style could be seen. I think it was a kind of a common style in year one. It's pretty much been abandoned. So, people flexing old armors might find themselves coming back to this kind of look. All right, so let's go on to the viewer sets. We've got 2 today, and I thank you both very much for submitting. It's exciting to get some more interest in the videos from the community and get some sets that are not just my own. These 2 today are really cool, really unique. We're going to start out with Exeges here. He's got the Astrocyte Verse helmet, the Legatus chest, the Legatus arms, the Legatus legs, and the Moonfang Bond, which is from the Prophecy Dungeon. Rocking the Watcher Shade, which is that Twitch bounty shader on everything but the robes and the bonds. But the robes have the Burgutian Knight, and you kind of see his picture here, but I also recorded a quick video of the shader on this robes. Actually makes the purple portions kind of like dim down and glow up to the like this really like dull gray and up to this like really bright purple. Really cool effect, and I didn't know it did that, so thank you XG. It's very cool. Kind of reminds me of the Prestige Leviathan gear. I think maybe you could pair these robes with some of that if you're looking for some inspiration and you have some of that armor. I only have a few pieces because I was a little lazy, and doing a prestige there at the end before sunsetting was kind of hard to get a group together. Thanks again for the set, XG, though. I really like it. And next we have Null Raven, who is a moderator now of the Discord. He's helped a lot setting it all up, so if you join the Discord, make sure to say thank you to him. This is a beautiful set he's opened up here with as well. He's rocking the Legatus legs, and then the Hood of the Exile helmet, Iron Truage gloves, the Frost Reach robes and the Timber's Iron Bond. That's the Iron Will sets bonds. Really cool set. Love all the gold. It's got gold leaf on everything, by the way. I actually don't have this robe, but I've seen a lot of people use it. I'm not personally a huge fan, but I do think the like fur on the collar is really cool. And I do like the armored top with the flowing soft material on the bottom. I think it is pretty cool. Just I think the silhouette on the shoulders is what throws me off usually, but I do like it here. Really like the combo of the Timber's Bond and the Hood of the Exile. I think I've used that recently, but the ears on the Wolf of the Bond and the Hood of the Exile just really cool together. And I do like the Frost Reach robes, kind of has these like pointy bits on the shoulder as well to match. So really nice work there. And of course, great job matching the gun to the set. You know, bonus points for that. So that about does it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please join the Discord. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And leave a comment on what your favorite set of the day was. You know, viewer or my set. Really appreciate you if you watched all the way to the end here. And I hope you have a great weekend. See ya.